The Nigeria Private Sector Alliance (NPSA) has called on the federal government to respond without delay to unjustified mass refusal of visas to the participants from Nigeria in preparation for the Intra-African Trade Fair by the Egyptian Embassy. The Executive Director of Nigerian Private Sector Alliance, Legbosi Nwiabu, made the call on Monday while addressing journalists at a press conference in Abuja. He lamented that the denial of visas by the Egyptian embassy constitutes an unacceptable violation of the right to movement and undermines the reason for African Continental Free Trade Agreement and protocols on the free movement of persons in Africa. The executive director, while highlighting the losses of private sector business owners invited to the Intra-Africa Trade Fair (IATF), appealed to the government to immediately contact the Egyptian Prime Minister and other pertinent authorities to issue the visas and compensate with full refunds for their expenses. He also called on organizers, funders, and media makers who are investors in the integrity of the IATF to take initiatives of protest to raise pressure on the Egyptian government to respect commitments made under the African Union and other regional integration agreements.
We therefore demand that the Egyptian ambassador to Nigeria should be invited to explain why Nigerians were so treated with disrespect and dishonor. We wish to place on record the Intra-African Trade Forum or Fair is a continental marketplace for people from all walks of life, and it is neither an event of religious faithful nor a forum of regions or states. Furthermore, we totally reject whatever list of businesses that have been given visa. We find it very disturbing and unacceptable that Nigerian booth and exhibition stands were rendered empty and deserted as a result of our businesses not being able to travel to exhibit their goods. Furthermore, we find it equally untenable that businessmen and women were subjected to visa requirements that control.
The Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, Lagos Area Unit, has called on the federal government to provide a non-interest student loan for Muslim students in order to allow them be the beneficiary of the student loan in accordance with their faith. The Emir of MSSN Lagos Area State Unit, Nuruddin Yusuf, made the request at a 3-in-1 program held in Lagos. Our correspondent now reports.
The 3-in-1 program featured the first Professor Issa Patami Mathematics and Science Quiz competition, with Etiosa Area Council emerging the overall best winner. Then comes the presentation of awards of recognition to the 81 first-class Muslim student graduate from Lasso, and the transitional conference, which saw the emergence of Nuruddin Yusuf as a mayor of MSSN Lagos State Area Unit for his second term, and the inauguration of the new executives that will pilot the affairs of MSSN in the center of excellence. Speaking on the theme, the Muslim Youth and Social Responsibility, the Lagos State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Abubakar Winde, who was represented by the coordinator of the National Youth Council, Teslim Olusi, underlined the numerous challenges facing the youth in the society, while emphasizing that the solution is in the Quran and Sunnah.
As young Muslims, we shoulder profound responsibility to make positive contribution to our society